My name is Rick. I've been a law enforcement officer for about 19 years. I work for a pretty decent sized agency outside of Phoenix, Arizona. We have about 400 sworn officers. And for the last 3 years, I have been the sergeant in charge of our in-service training unit. For anybody that knows me, they would probably tell you that I am annoyingly passionate about health and fitness, and there's a number of reasons why. Specifically in law enforcement, our mortality rate is a lot different than that of the average American. Post-retirement, we die 14 to 22 years prior than the average American, and that lifespan is about 76 years. On duty, heart attacks are our third leading cause of death, and it's been that way for about 50 years. In the day-to-day life of a police officer, I'm a firm believer that the fitter and healthier and happier you are, the better service you can provide your community. I'm also a firm believer that the uniform should signify safety, and fitness enables safety. When people call, they're likely going through one of the worst days of their lives. And the healthier and happier and better we are able to provide service, the better the outcome of that situation. In order to help and encourage officers to become better versions of themselves, we have been testing a version of the Army's combat fitness test that they came up with a few years ago, and we've called it the LOAD Challenge. LOAD stands for longevity, optimization, adaptation, and durability. And so we took the framework of the Army AFCFT and we changed it a little bit. So there is a 6-event test. There are deadlifts, push-ups, planks for time, a sprint drag carry event, standing power throw with a 10-pound medicine ball. And we differed from the Army. In the last test, we gave officers the option of a 1.5 mile run or a 2,000-meter run. So the objective of the LOAD Challenge, which the first session of which is going to drop in a couple weeks, the objective is to get officers to test their physical fitness and to see where they're at against these 6 tests. It's going to test everything from explosive power to strength to muscle stamina to endurance. And we want to be able to give them the ability to look at a snapshot of their fitness. The biggest thing is to encourage that participation. It's to encourage squads to come out, co-workers to come out and cheer each other on. Honestly, what we're looking to do is make better cops. We want people to be the best version of themselves. There's an old adage that says that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. If it's been 20 years or 15 years or 10 years since you've touched a barbell, the next best time is today. So what we want is for officers to get involved and to make today the first step. So when this LOAD Challenge drops in a couple weeks, if this is the first step back on their path of fitness, so we're hoping that this can help with consistency and help them burn off stress and become a little fitter and become a little happier. And if they can handle a little bit of adversity in a controlled environment of fitness, then they'll be able to better handle it out on the road and be able to provide better service to the community. Super excited. So far things are going a lot better than I had hoped for. People seem to really dig it, and the biggest thing is just finding strength. I mean, if you can find the strength to lift a barbell, you can find the strength to do other things. And so we're giving people that opportunity that maybe they didn't know how strong they were, how fast they were, how fit they were until they had a spot to challenge themselves. Or the bigger thing is they didn't really know that, oh, maybe I'm not as strong as I thought I was, or I'm not as fit, or I'm not as agile. And it gives them something to work on. Out of everybody who's gone through so far, everybody seems to be pretty fired up, and it's going pretty good. How do you feel so far?
Oh, my shoulders are toast. Toast. Good. Feel good.
Jay, what does fitness mean to you in law enforcement?
Fitness in law enforcement to me means being able to do my best in this job to be able to then serve my community as best I can. If I'm not fit and able to move around, get in and out of cars, break up fights, do all the stuff we do, then I can't help and serve the community the best I can. So staying fit is the best way to do that.
What about outside of the career?
Outside of the career, I'll be real honest. My dad died at 42, so I'm 45 now. So everything I do from here on out is building extra years for anything I want to do beyond law enforcement after this.
Fitness in law enforcement is that dedication that you took to yourself and your oath when you signed up to be a police officer or anything in law enforcement. All of us had an answer to something like we wanted to help others, we wanted to do something for our community, we wanted to protect our loved ones. If you're not physically able to do the job, how are you doing that? How are you out there helping others and making the community better? I think if you're not staying fit as a law enforcement officer, you're lying to yourself in some way and about that oath you took.
So we just finished our final day of the load challenge. I'm pretty happy with the way that this has gone through for the first time. I think that we're finally doing something that's worthwhile. People seem to have a good time. They seem to challenge themselves. They found a couple things that maybe they didn't feel that they performed well at, whether it's the strength or the endurance or whatever it is, and gave them something to look forward to. So the bottom line, I mean, the name LOAD says it all: longevity, optimization, adaptation, and durability. We want people to live long lives. And let's face it, and let's be honest with ourselves. Not just law enforcement officers, but first responders, really anybody. You can't help anybody if you feel like crap. And if you feel better about yourself, maybe you're going to feel better when you're out on the road, when you're tired, when you're stressed out. And at the end of the day, the name of the game is helping people out. And if we can help people out better when we feel better, then we should probably invest in feeling better in the first place.